Hello, this is Wanjilo US. So one of the requirement you will be required to fulfill once you win your DV lottery will be your medical checkup. So you will be required to go for the medical examination before you can attend your interview. And you must fulfill some of the requirements. And you will go through the physical examination. Some blood work will be done just to test for some diseases. You will go through chest X-ray, also to check whether there are any sign or symptoms of communicable diseases, like I will mention in this video. And, you will go through also checking whether you are sound, like you are not insane. Your sound, mental health is very key. Blood test to check whether you are a drug addict. Are you addicted in drugs? You will go through this test. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because there are some things probably you can do in advance immediately you win your DV lottery. Like, you don't have to wait until the last minute, because remember, this will be an issue of time. When we talk of DV, like 2025, winners, they are supposed, the last person should, check in or come or be admitted in America by September 30th, I would say, of 2025. So, and the interviews normally begins, once the results are out, the interviews will begin on around October this year. So they have to move for the whole year until the last person who can come next year, 2025, September. So you don't have much time. It's usually a marathon to do these things. So I find it very important, just to know what to expect as far as medical examination is concerned. So I want to talk about the medical conditions that can make it difficult or even impossible for you to be given that diversity visa. And that means you can be inadmissible to US. You cannot make it to come to US because of that. So the first condition is if you have untreated communicable diseases. By that I mean untreated tuberculosis. It can be active or latent. I'm going to talk about that more towards the end of this video. So untreated syphilis, untreated gonorrhea, those diseases, they normally come through they are STDs, that. So you protect yourself, keep yourself clean. Yeah? Keep yourself clean. You don't want to start the medication and then you miss your opportunity to come to US because of such medical condition. Untreated, other diseases like leprosy. So those are untreated communicable diseases. The other condition, medical condition that can make it difficult and impossible for you to come to US, number 2, is your mental health. Your mental health. Is your health sane? Yeah, is your health sane? Physical health also. Do you have a physical disorder that can make it too hard for you to support yourself? We are not talking about a disability here. Being blind or not walking is not something that prevents you from being productive, because you can be able to support yourself. So many people with these special conditions, they are productive in the society. So it's not that. It's being in a position whereby you can't be able to do anything. So, mental health, physical health, very important. The third condition would be, are you a drug addict? Yeah? Those people who like drinking a lot until you have become addicted? Are you a drug addict to an extent that you are harmful to the people around you and to property? It's like you act wild. So all these conditions can make you, or can make it difficult or impossible for you to finally get your diversity visa. So as I complete this video, let's talk a little bit about the TB, for example. So if you are tested, of course, for the active TB, you can be able to tell a person is sick because they show symptoms for the active TB. They cough, they get isolated because they can pass it to other people. They can infect other people. But there's something we call latent TB. So for the latent TB, it is a TB where you have the germs in you. You don't even know you have the germs. Maybe you interacted or you visited someone with TB and you contracted the germs and it just got into your blood and it is sleeping there. So latent, the germs is sleeping in you, such that you have no symptoms, you have no signs, you cannot infect other people. But if you're tested, the screening is done, you show the test come out positive. So in that case, it means you have to go through the medication, the treatment. From a personal experience 2 years ago, I went for a job that required me to have a TB test. And I went for that skin test. Then when I was tested, after hours, I came out very swelling and very painful. I didn't know what is up. I called my doctor. The doctor told me, you know what? You have tested positive for TB. I'm like, really? Where did I get TB from? I have no history of having TB in my life at any point. I don't know. Maybe I just picked it from somewhere, somebody who was sick, and that's how I ended up with the germs sleeping in me. So I had to be put under medication for 3 good months with the intensive screening of, blood screening, just to ensure that the germs is totally eradicated. So imagine this happens to you when your visa or the physical year, when you're supposed to be coming in, is almost near to the end. What will happen? And you have to go through the treatment before you can be given that visa. So that means you will be late and you will end up not being admissible or admitted in US. So you lose your chance just like that. My advice, immediately you win your DV lottery, go for these checkups in advance. Don't wait until when you will be asked now by the US Embassy to go, and maybe by that time you test positive, then you're learning the last minute. You run the last minute to treat yourself or to get the treatment, which will cost you. So my advice would be, immediately you win, make sure you go through the testing. Go to a government hospital, especially for the TB, or even I want to hope that you who is looking at me, you keep yourself clean from syphilis and gonorrhea and other diseases. For the TB, get the test so that if it comes out positive, you start your medication immediately. And that will save you time, and that will also save you some money, because doing things the last minute will cost you so much. Wajiro US. Yeah? Like, share, follow. Until next video. Remember the YouTube channel, Wajiro US. Go there, subscribe for more and more stories. Bye till next.